Hi students, good morning. Welcome to our video classes. In the previous classes we have learned about the static electricity and loss of electric charges, how your body acquires charge. After knowing about these transfer of charge and how your body acquires charge, then it is easy to understand how this lightning is happened. Today we have learned about lightning. We will learn about lightning. Simply, what is this lightning? This lightning is an electric discharge in the atmosphere between oppositely charged clouds or between charged cloud and the earth. A scientist named Benjamin Franklin, he proved that clouds have static electricity. How he proved? Already we have learned how he proved that clouds have static electricity by sending kites into the sky. When a kite is attracted by a cloud, that means how a rubber plastic comb attracts small pieces of paper due to static electricity. In the same manner, this cloud also attracts this paper kite. That means that clouds have also static electricity. How the static electricity is acquired to these clouds and what is this lightning? Let us learn. During rainy season, we observe many times we see a flash of light followed by a sound. That flash of light is nothing but what? That flash of light is, that means streak of light. That flash of light or streak of light is nothing but lightning. And a sound is observed, that sound is nothing but thunder. This bright flash of light in the form of a streak which is transferred from cloud to cloud or cloud to earth, simply that is called as lightning. Okay, then the sound produced is nothing but thundering. How this lightning and thundering is observed? Simply, what is this cloud? We know these clouds are visible. That's why it is a visible mass of condensed water vapors. Water, not only water vapors, water vapor particles, other gases, dust particles, all these are present in the cloud that are in huge manner. That means it is a large one. All these are aggregated in a large mass. That's why a cloud is a visible mass of condensed water vapors that are floating in the atmosphere high above the ground. These are clouds. When a storm cloud develops, how can you decide that a storm cloud developed? This cloud, a heavy dark cloud is formed, that is called as a storm cloud. If a heavy dark cloud is formed, means that is raining, and at the same time the wind blows with high speed, then that is nothing but a storm cloud. When a storm cloud develops in the sky, what happens? The wind moves with very high speed. Strong winds move with very high speed upwards through the cloud. That means if the cloud is like that, as shown in figure, these storm winds moves upwards through the cloud. Whenever the moves upwards through the clouds, then the water vapor particles which are present in the cloud, these two are, then the water vapor particles which are present in the cloud, that water vapor particles are rub against one another. Whenever there how these plastic comb or glass rod rubbed with other substance, they acquire same charge. In the same manner, these water vapor particles rub against one another. This rubbing together of water particles produces charge. How these rubbed plastic comb, glass rod, inflated balloon acquires some charge. In the same manner, these rubbed water vapor particles, due to the movement of high winds which moves upwards to the sky, they acquires electric charges. That is electric charges due to friction. But these electric charges are very larger in magnitude. Why that are larger in magnitude? This cloud is very gigantic, that means huge one. That's why the charge which is acquired to the water particles is also very high. Then which charge is acquired to that water particles? That is positive charge or negative charge. Let us observe. Whenever this wind blows with high speed upwards to the cloud, as shown in the figure, these small water droplets, that means in the cloud different sizes water droplets are there. Small water droplets are rise higher due to lower weight. Small water droplets that are due to lower weight, that are rising high. That means the small water droplets being lighter, move to the upper part of the cloud with a rising wind, and which move upper to the upper part of the cloud that acquires positive charge. And what about large water particles that are heavier? Being heavier, they come down to the lower part of the cloud. That means large water particles due to heavier weight that come down to the cloud, and small water particles due to lower weight that is at the upper part. These small water droplets have positive charge, and the large water droplets have negative charge. But these two particles, that means large water particles and small water particles, these have same charge. Small water particles have positive charge and large water particles have negative charge. Small water particles positive charge, large water particles have negative charge. That means opposite charges are acquired in the cloud. Whenever the opposite charges acquires to the cloud, that means when the amount of opposite electric charges on the top and bottom of a cloud becomes extremely large, that means top portion acquires positive charge, positive charge, positive charge, like that. Next, bottom portion of the cloud acquires negative charge, like that. Whenever they acquire large magnitude of charge, that means the charge of the clouds becomes extremely large, then these electric charges start flowing with high speed through the air between them. Why? Opposite charges attract with each other. That's why the positive charge which is acquired at the top portion start flowing towards the negative charge through the air. But we know the air is a bad conductor of electricity. Then how this charge is transferred through the air? At normal pressure and temperature, air acts as a bad conductor. But here what is happened? When the charge is transferred, the air which is present in the clouds or between the clouds or cloud and a building, that gets heated to a higher temperature. Whenever it gets heated to a higher temperature, then pressure becomes very low. That means these conditions are changed due to extremely high charges. Whenever the conditions are changed, then this charge is transferred from top portion to bottom portion. Then the charge is transferred from bottom portion to top portion to bottom portion through the air. Then this air gets heated, then we observe a streak, what we call as lightning. This lightning is happened like this, in this manner. Okay. Then whenever the charge on the bottom portion of the cloud is extremely large, then the objects which are on the earth that acquires positive charge. How? This larger magnitude of negative charge which is at the bottom portion of the cloud induces opposite charge on the bodies which are closer to the cloud on the surface of the earth. That's why the buildings, trees which are at a larger height, that acquires which charge? Positive charge. Again, the negative charge from the bottom portion of the cloud is transferred from bottom portion of the cloud to the building or a tree, okay, through the air at high temperature and pressure. Like that, this higher magnitude of charge. But in homes, what is the magnitude of charge? That is just 230 volts what we use. But the charge acquired to the clouds is millions of volts. This millions of volts charge is transferred from top portion to bottom portion of the cloud, or from bottom portion of the cloud to the top of a building or any object which is present on the earth in the form of a streak, what we call as lightning. These electric sparks of lightning again heat the nearby air in the sky to very high temperature. Whenever they are heated to a higher temperature, some sound is produced. Okay, that means due to this heat, the sky, means the air which is present between the clouds or between cloud and the earth, that gets rapidly expands. Whenever they gets rapidly expands, what is produced? A sound, a roarer sound is produced, what we call as thunder, what garjan, that is. Like this lightning and thundering are happened. It is similar. For example, whenever we take out the woolen cloths, woolen sweater or polythene sweater, okay, we observed in darkness, we observed some crackling sound that is experienced in our daily life. We observed a crackling sound, and if it is happened in the dark, we observe lightning also. Whenever we remove our sweater which is made of wool or other fiber, we observe crackling sound. Or how it is happened, the sweater which we wear, that is rubbed the shirt which is present inside. That means the surface of the shirt which we wear and this sweater, these two are rubbed with each other. Whenever they are rubbed with each other, some charge is resided, some charge is acquired to the cloud or the inside shirt. Whenever we remove, the charge is transferred. That means opposite charges are produced, acquired to the shirt and sweater. Whenever we remove the sweater, what is happened, the charge, opposite charges, charge is transferred from one portion to another portion. That means one body to another body. Then automatically this streaks, that means electric sparks and sound is produced, but it is very lower in magnitude. But in the case of lightning and thundering, the charges which are transferred, that is very higher in magnitude. Like this lightning and thundering are happened. Okay, I hope that you understand about this lightning and thundering. Then what are lightning conductors? I hope that you understand about this lightning and thundering. Then how this lightning is transferred, then how do you protect these buildings which are at higher heights and other constructions by using lightning conductors. We will learn in next class. Thank you.